Guess who's back chatting absolute crap to professional fighters who are smaller than him? No, it's not Jake or Logan Paul, it's Bradley Martyn. I personally thought we were done with this story, but Bradley finds his way back into the headlines once again. And if you missed my last couple videos on this, you can check them out in the description. I've said this a few times now, but Bradley needs an ego check. He thinks he's so solid just because he's wrestled a few teenage kids and does a bit of gear. And speaking of ego checks, I'm about to stroke my own ego here, but just bear with me 1 second whilst I get this out. Honestly, boys, if I was at full health right now and had more subscribers and a bigger reach, I would love to call Bradley out for an MMA fight. It doesn't even have to be for money. We just film it and do it for content. I would happily fly over there unless I need to get the vaccine. And I would fight him at whatever weight that he wants. I can fight anywhere from 150 all the way up to 200 pounds. But we know he wouldn't be interested in that because he's all talk. He'll only wrestle and fight with little YouTuber kids who are half his size. Or he'll call professional fighters out on his podcast knowing very well that they're not actually going to follow through with it. Anyway, he's recently just had UFC fighters Marab and Aljamain Sterling on his podcast. And the question come up once again. Let's jump into the live reaction and see how it went down. Okay, boys, live reaction. Let's see what utter nonsense that Bradley Martyn is chatting today.
Is it true that they say the shots that hurt you the most or like knock you out clean are the ones that you don't see coming?
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay. Why is that a thing? Just because you're able to brace for it?
Yeah. Because then there's a thing with the jawline where there's a nerve that actually shuts the lights off in your brain. So when you get hit like square on the button, it pushes back on that nerve and it clips it. And it'll put you out.
Yeah, there are a lot of nerves around here, but one of the main reasons is because your brain sits in your skull and there's a gap between where your brain is and your skull is. And when you get punched, your brain knocks against the cranium wall and then switches your brain off, which is a survival mechanism. And that's how you get a concussion.
So you think because you're able to, you're like ready, you're like...
So you know, when he hit me was more so like, I think that was the one that actually cut me, or it was the hammer fist on the ground that cut me, whichever one. But either way, it hit me in a great spot where...
And that's the thing, all the weights and steroids in the world can't build padding around your brain. So Bradley, you get your head twisted, it's lights out.
It was...
Why didn't you take him down the first 2 times? Why was he so hard to take down?
Because
that's your thing.
His footwork.
Yeah.
And that's the one thing, there's so many guys out there...
Footwork, something that Bradley knows nothing about. He just thinks he can march forward, grab someone and take them down. Largely because he can, because of the people who he grapples against are tiny.
A lot of like...
No, say
as political
no,
as
no, fuck it, dude. Don't do that.
The Russian fan base that go like, why didn't he just take him down right away? And I'm just like, you guys never fought before.
Yeah.
You guys never fought before. If you think you could just walk forward and just take someone down, it don't work like that.
Unless you're 260 and the guy weighs 130. I mean, that's right. I mean, that has to be real.
I'm 260, bro. No. It only works if the person is unskilled and significantly smaller than you. Video, I'll put it up here, talking about how I would fight Bradley Martyn and how I would win. And I spoke a bit about footwork and fighting going backwards. Because Bradley Martyn has never actually fought a professional fighter or fought anyone skilled in the street. Let's face it, what's he done in the street? He's probably threw a big sloppy punch against someone who doesn't know how to fight. They've dropped to the ground and then that's fed his ego. So now all of a sudden he thinks he's an absolutely brilliant street fighter because I'm 260, bro.
I don't know if that's a real thing. I'm just saying.
But I got to ask you the question now because we're going into it.
Oh, my God.
Because look, but also I want to, before I ask the question.
Here we go.
Hold on, before I ask the question.
He's even shaking his head.
Bro, before I ask the question though, really important. I saw you weigh in. You were peeled. Like you look, you have to be 15, 20 pounds lighter. I'm really curious.
Try like 35.
Yeah, okay, so what do you actually fight at? Because when I see you weigh in, I'm like, this dude looks like competition ready, lean as fuck. And then I see you fight, you look fuller.
That's the thing. Bradley also judges a lot of these fighters based on their weighing weight. So in his mind, he is thinking about weight and size constantly, but he's also comparing himself to the fighter's lightest weight that they can't even sustain for longer than a few hours. If Bradley got in fight shape and got peeled, he probably would be nowhere near 260. He could probably even be a 205. Maybe not a 205, maybe like 215, 220. Fighters like Demetrius Johnson, Nate Diaz, Aljamain Sterling aren't walking around at 130 pounds or 170 pounds. They're walking around a lot bigger than Bradley realizes.
Way forward, obviously, because we know how it works. But how much do you actually fluctuate?
I probably stepped in the cage about 156.
Oh, shit. That's fuck.
Yeah, there's the realization. He's like, oh shit, I thought you weighed 135, bro. And I'm 260, bro. And that's Aljo. Still peeled to the bone.
I could have been heavier, but I was heavier, but I stopped eating because you don't want to be too bloated. And you go to the bathroom a couple times, piss, you know, number 2, whatever. So you just try to stay hydrated. Try not to be as dry, because this way you get cotton mouth when you're in there, because you did the water load, so your kidneys are still
excreting,
yes. And then you feel dry even though you're hydrated. It's the weirdest thing.
No, I know, because the bodybuilding shit, I've done it.
Okay, so so you're familiar. It's a very interesting feeling, the whole thing. But that's pretty much about how much I weigh.
So fighting, you're 155.
About 55, yeah. Now it was like 170 yesterday morning.
Oh, now you're heavier.
175. Today I was 170.
Yeah.
So I'm trying to slim back down. I'm trying to get to like a comfortable 65, because I'm on vacation. I want to show my abs on the beach.
Okay.
Yeah, I don't.
Okay, so Bradley, how does it feel to now know that you're no longer 130 pounds heavier and you're only 90 pounds heavier? Has that hurt your ego a little bit? Are you now actually a little bit worried that you might not be able to beat him?
All right, so at 155, your fight weight. We run into each other in the street.
No, Bradley, not 155 your fight weight, because you're not a fight weight. So we'll go 170. Aljamain Sterling at 170 pounds versus Bradley Martyn at 260 pounds. Who's winning? Comment below your thoughts as you're watching the video.
Okay. You got your hair. Your braids aren't in. They're not green.
I would say, is my hair crazy? Is my hair green or black? Because there's a difference.
It's black. It's crazy.
Oh damn! I'm charged up.
You're charged up. He's gonna fuck it. Who wins, man? Who wins?
What are we boxing?
No, we're just fucking fighting in the street.
Damn. I got a couple of tactics, bro.
Yeah.
I got a couple of strategical tactics.
Yeah, and this is the thing that most street fighters don't realise. It's just funny. This whole subject's absolutely ridiculous, but it does make me laugh. Bradley Martyn, because he's a street fighter, thinks that he's got his tactics. What's his tactic again?
Crush his head on the floor.
That's it. He's going to get you and crush your skull. How can I forget? To sit there and have the audacity to think that professional fighters who've done this their entire life don't have their own tactics as well. Their own dirty street tactics. Of course they do. I do. If it was a street fight between me and Bradley, it'd be nothing but dirty on my behalf. Pause. Okay, let's hear about these dirty tactics, Aljo.
What would be your move to beat me in a street fight? Besides try to knock me out, obviously.
Nah, I wouldn't even try to knock you out, because that's not my thing.
Yeah, so Aljo isn't really a power puncher. The chances of him just sparking someone's lights out are relatively slim. I, myself, because we're talking about me, inserting myself into the conversation, and what? It's my YouTube channel. I'll do what I want. I'm a little bit more of a fast twitch fighter. I've got that power and speed. So if someone like Bradley was starting on me and he got up close and in my face, that's probably the perfect opportunity to throw a shot. Just a super fast short hook, spin his head around, get out of there and go to the next bar for some shots. No, don't do that. Go straight home. Then if it was more at range, I'd use stuff like leg kicks, use me footwork, try and tire them out a bit, let that adrenaline dump, use a karate blitz on him. But enough about me. Let's see what Aljo's going to do.
Let you swing, let you miss. Especially a guy your size, I would think that I would be a little bit more agile.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Let you swing. More than likely, you're probably thinking, this little motherfucker. You'll probably swing something, you're like, I'm about to clean his clock. I'll be on your back like this.
I would kick you.
You ever watch X-Men?
Yes.
You know Nightcrawler?
Yes.
You ever see him bamp?
That's how you think he's going to be?
Just right on your back.
Bradley kicking. Oh, that's a sight to see. It's probably one of those kicks where you bend over. In fact, I'll show you. Okay, this is definitely how Bradley Martyn kicks. We'll do a front kick first, okay? That's Bradley Martyn's front kick. Now we'll do Bradley Martyn's roundhouse, okay? So he's here. We've got Aljamain Sterling in front of him. There you go. There you go. Live demonstration of Bradley Martyn trying to kick. Whew, this long COVID's got me out of breath from free kicks.
No,
right on your back, strangling while you're just like, how did he get here? No. And then as you're waking up, you're like, sleeping.
No, bro. I'd kick you. I wouldn't even try to punch you.
What? Yeah. You seen Shaun? I kicked him shin to shin. I ain't give a fuck. I was like, one of us is going to quit.
Little shins.
One of us is going to quit. Wait.
I love this guy.
I love this guy.
So Bradley bases shin strength off the size of your shins. He's like, you've got little shins. No, it's the conditioning. Have you ever sseen the Muay Thai fellas where they kick trees down? You ever seen Tony Ferguson's training? Just kicking pure pipes?
So for me, I'm all about not get hit, but when I hit, I don't want them to hit me back. I want them to think twice about fucking doing what they do. That's the kukui. Be good, motherfucker. Oh. No blood. Some shit.
Bradley, just because you've done a bit of growth hormone and you've got bigger calves doesn't mean shit. Shin to shin with Aljamain Sterling. Let's see who comes out victorious. My money isn't on you, Bradley.
Kick on a regular?
I kick. I'm gonna kick the shit out of your leg, bro.
But do you kick on a regular?
You think I'm gonna snap my shin in half?
No. But do you kick on a regular?
I kick regular enough. Yeah.
Like do you kick the pads? You kick the bag? Like what are we talking about?
It's a hard ass bag on the bottom.
And you kick it regular.
I kick it.
Okay, so it's a heavy bag and he kicks the bottom of it. Pretty much like as if you're kicking someone in the balls. Okay, how many reps of that do you do a week, Bradley? Maybe 7 reps a week. Stop bullshitting. No, you don't. Professional MMA fighters, not even professional. People like me who are just amateur. We've done tens of thousands, maybe even hundreds of thousands of kicks over our entire training career. And you think because you kick the bottom of a heavy bag 3 times a week that you're going to be able to go shin to shin with one of the best in the world? Delusional.
Like regularly to the point where like you could
3 times a week.
3 times a week. I think I destroy your legs.
You think it's gonna just shatter?
No, I don't think your legs will shatter. What I'm saying is we could go shin to shin, and I think my conditioning of my legs would probably hold up compared to yours. I'm just saying.
Okay.
Because of time. Because I've just done this, I think these are a little bit more hardened. And that's what I'm saying, even with Shaun, the reason why I chose the tactical approach of just chopping down his legs is because I know he's more of a puncher. So I'm thinking in my head, let me kick the fuck out of his little ass legs, even though my legs are little too, but I know these things are dense. Yeah. So I know I could do more damage where one of us is going to be like, all right, I don't want to play this game anymore. And one of us is going to have to make a decision. And I think he was going to make that decision first to come forward. And that's what is going to open up him for me to get my takedown and
you just
do
had
what
to
I want to do.
Overextend, man. You were so excited. You want to put on a show.
Okay, good. I'm glad that Bradley's inserting his professional fighting opinion here. Yeah, Aljamain, why did you overextend? That's one thing I absolutely hate. People have always got their opinions. Why don't you just do this? Why don't you just do that? I disagree with that. On a street fight, I'd do this. You shouldn't do this, Shaun. Bradley, you don't know shit. You're the equivalent of those football fans with the big, massive beer bellies who don't play football and they stand there in the stadium or watch on telly and go, oh, what's he doing? He should be on the left wing and should have ran down there. Oh, that's terrible. That I would have done this. Okay, big belly Barry. You know better than the players who are getting paid $50 million a year with access to all the best expert coaches. Now, forget what they think. Barry at the local pub has got all the answers. Just like Bradley has. Let's listen to his fight advice for Aljo. He's 260.
I did.
Yeah.
And I think that's where I got outside of myself, which I never do.
Oh, okay, that's it anyway. Funny, isn't it, when you hear people who aren't fighters give advice to fighters or say, oh, why did you do this? You zigged when you should have zagged. 99% of the population will never understand what it's like to be under those bright lights in the UFC and to have that level of pressure. And if you get knocked out, it's in front of millions and millions of people. There's a reason why they say fighting is all in the mind. The ability to be relaxed under immense pressure is what makes a champion. Some people are absolute killers in the gym, but then when they get the UFC call and get that opportunity, they just don't seem to perform. It's because they can't handle the pressure. So I hate it when people sit there and comment on the fight, especially to the fighter themselves. Shut up, do your podcast questions, ask your street fight questions, and don't chime in. And maybe if Aljo needs some advice on lifting weights, that's when you can actually give your opinion. And boys, I would be so up for an MMA fight with Bradley Martyn. Maybe when my audience is bigger, I'm back to full health, and I've got my gains back, I'll challenge him, and he'll accept me on it. So if you're not subscribed, make sure you subscribe and turn the notifications on if you want to see that in the future. Hey. And I appreciate all the comments on yesterday's video about quitting weed. There was actually a big demand for it, and it seems like that video has helped a lot of people. It split opinion a little bit, which was to be expected, but appreciate all the support lately. We're closing in on 50,000 subscribers. Like this video, and I'll see you all tomorrow.